Now, with this record high inflation, people need to make extra money because they might need to pay off their credit card debt or even pay their bills or just have some extra cash flow. And if you're a person that needs some extra money, drop it in the comment section what you would do with some extra income. Because in this video, I'm going to show you a side hustle that I did personally that made me from $2,000 to $5,000 within 48 hours. And I'm going to share with you two companies that you could work with to make this kind of money, and you can do it part-time. Now, if you're new to my channel is designed to help you no matter where you are in your credit journey, but I'm also showing you how to leverage your credit to make money, because a lot of you guys don't have a credit problem, you have a cash flow problem. So every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Time, I'm going live to show you additional ways to make money. And I give you a free hard inquiry removal package at my website, because hard inquiries can get you denied for credit. I have other packages for purchase to help you remove your negative items. And also, if you need my help with your credit, I launched out my credit coaching with my elite credit system. And here's the results of Sean. He went from a 612 credit score all the way up, with all his credit scores being over 750 and one close to 800 in less than 6 months. So I will leave all these links in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. So let's jump into this information. Now, you can make a lucrative side hustle with banks and mortgage companies, making like $1,000 or more per day by working with them and actually partnering and completing services for them, because many banks need people in their local area to perform services for foreclosed or pre-foreclosed homes. So with banks, there are different levels to foreclosure, where you have pre-foreclosure and they need someone to scout out and do what they call occupancy checks. And this is to see if that house who's behind on their mortgage is still occupied. And the reason why that is important to banks, because with banks, they have put money out in order for the homeowner to get that mortgage, and they need to try to recoup back on that loan by property preservation and preserving the property for damage. And so once that home has been scouted out and known to be unoccupied, they need property preservation workers. And this all fits on with the inspections and actually doing work on the property, or even doing janitorial services in the property. So with the banks, they're trying to get this property ready to be sold. And so they work with even realtors, and they need someone to come in to either clean up the house and clean out the house and do grass services. Now, when this house is retained back from the bank, you can contract to do these different types of projects working with banks. So there's people that specialize only in janitorial services, and that's the initial cleaning of the property. And they will pay you a rate to continue to keep the maintenance and cleaning on this property, because they have a agent coming out showing this property. And so they want to keep the house in a certain condition and air freshen. And even if it is carpet, the carpet vacuum, and a upkeep cleaning. So you can do the initial janitorial service, which is the initial cleaning, and the ongoing cleaning. They also need grass cut services, meaning they need someone to come out and maintain the grass. So you can do the initial grass cut, and also consistently every 2 weeks cut the grass on this property. And they need services like clean outs. So, clean outs, you can make a lot of money with doing clean outs with the bank. Depending on the job, you can make up to $5,000 or more with a clean out. But generally, you're going to make $1,700 to about $2,000 with doing a clean out. And it all depends on how much was left behind by the homeowner. And so there's different levels which you can complete these jobs. Now, generally, these jobs, if they issue a service, must be completed within 48 hours. And so, your best way to make the most money is to do multiple services for that one property. So, it was many times that with myself, we did a number of properties that we just managed for the banks. So we did the grass cut, the initial cleaning, and we also did some light repairs if it was in our ability to do. And a majority of them were. It could be to change out a doorknob, change some locks, some even winterizations and other elements. And so if it's in the wintertime, you can even be paid by the bank to maintain the snow keeping by cleaning and putting out salt on the sidewalks. And with these jobs, they will initially give you this job and you can bid on what you are comfortable to do. And then you can give the bank a price. And so with the banks, they generally have a price list on what you can charge them for what service. And so with this price list, you can see it here. You can see there's a number of price lists where you have $100 for a service, 800, and you can even go up to $1,000 for a particular service if you may be changing out a front door or things in that nature. But the key is to do multiple things on this list so you can chalk up a larger number on your bid. Now, with me being a female, I myself personally attained these contracts and I hired other people to do these services. I did have a small crew of different services and I paid them to do the jobs. And once I received the payment, I would pay them out and I would take a fee on top. So it's different ways that you can work in this industry. Now, when it came to the janitorial services, me, myself, and I had Diamond and some others, we would handle those services. But if it was anything out of my scope, I would just contract out that work. And I did partner with my father and my nephew and my uncle. And so we picked up these jobs and I did find other contractors along the way to work with me or different handymen to issue out these jobs too. Now, they do expect turnaround times for these projects within 48 hours. So you will go in and you will complete these tasks. It's important that you take the proper pictures because each bank is going to have an app that you must work with and take these pictures of before, during the job, and after because the banks need proof. And you must use the app a lot of times with your cell phone because they need the location, the latitude and longitude to make sure you're not conning them and the work is not being done. I'm going to share with you two companies that you can work with to do property preservation. I also have a book, an ebook that if you guys want more property preservation jobs in your local area, you can check out my ebook. And I have different ones in all 50 states. So let's jump into this first website. Now, this first company is called A to Z Field Services. Now, this is a nationwide field services company, and you can see here, you can become a vendor, and they are across all 50 states in the United States. And you can do and perform different services with this company in the field service and the property preservation industry. Now, here are some of the services that they actually offer. And so they have a wide a range of services that you can perform with this company. Now, you can go to this company's website. I will leave it here, and you can sign up here to be a vendor. Now, this next company is Guardian Asset Management. Now, this company works and I actually provide a variety of services to the banking and mortgage industry. And as you can see, they have comprehensive services and they are nationwide in the industry. And one of the services they do provide for them is property preservation services, which they do actually have interior, exterior inspections, insurance loss inspections, winterization, trash removal, and maintenance service such as lawn care, pool cleaning, janitorial services, and snow removal to protect the properties for these mortgage companies and banks. Now, if you do want to be a contractor with them, you will come here to partners. And with that, you can sign up for yourself as becoming a partner in their network. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to work with these companies, they do require a background check, and that's $75 generally with a company called Aspen Grove. Now, some of these companies you will have to pay up front for a background check, but there are different companies that will take on that fee and deduct the background check after they pay you. And so when I'm telling people, if you're starting off in this industry, instead of going with national companies like I showed you, it is good to start with smaller companies where you can get your feet wet and experience and really know how to do this work, or take a limited amount. And many of these companies can pay you weekly or bi-weekly to get these jobs done and completed. And so with that, you may also need to get some insurance to operate. For me, myself, my insurance for a property preservation company was $129 a month. And so it just allowed me to get more contracts. So you can check out this industry if you want to do it part-time. I do have a book that have companies in all 50 states and ways where you can find local companies right where you are. So if you found this information helpful, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content. Now, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comments section. And if you got more detailed questions for me, you can go directly to my website and all your questions go to my cell phone. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.